going to put some pages together. Now I printed off this picture. It was on my phone and I hadn't used it yet. It was one of the scrapbooking getaways that I went to this year. I went to two. I went to one in April, which was Crop and Create. And then I went to this one, which was a Stampin' Up one. And it was like literally 5 minutes from my house. Like, I'm not joking. It's like there's one time somebody needed something. And I said, well, I can go home and get it. And I was like back within 5 minutes, like here and back. And so it was really close. So that was kind of nice. And I still stayed over. Like, I still slept over there, and that way you can go to bed when you're ready, and you get a place there. And sometimes during the day I would have some naps. And it's just nice. So this was literally, I was packing up and I'm like, oh my goodness, we didn't take any pictures, or I didn't take any pictures. And I had my selfie stick, so I put it on and I kind of took a picture of our table. So there was myself, there was my friend Ev, and my friend Karen and Marcia. And then there was other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators here. There was 3 here. And so they were at our table too. So that was kind of cool. We had so much fun. A lot of fun. And what else? So this is the stuff that I put together. And it's kind of sad, but Karen comes from the same, she grew up the same city that I did. And we never met while we were there. We met here. And so that's kind of funny. And the only time we hang out is when we go scrapbooking. Ev and I, we have coffee once in a while. Not as often as we, probably would like to, but life is busy. And Marcia, she lives in another city, so the only time I see her is at scrapbooking events. So, so it's nice to go to these scrapbooking events and, get reacquainted with some friends you haven't seen in a while. And at that point, I hadn't been at a scrapbooking event in a couple of years, except with the exception of the Crop and Create, which a lot of them weren't there, except I'd gone with Ev and Karen. So, and they were there. So that was nice. So I got to see them 2 months in a row. So that was fun. And my next crop that I'm going to is in October. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going with Ev again. And I think Karen is going. I'm not sure. She's retired now. So who knows where she would be, right? So I haven't scrapbooked a lot since May. This was middle of May. Thankfully, I did like 10 or 12 pages. So I kept my YouTube channel going for like a couple of months. Now, since the middle of July to now, I haven't been able to scrapbook because, as you know, we're building and packing, but even more than that, I still have a ton of packing. It's the decisions to be made. There is just so many, and but it's getting there. I had a week off, and I'm just getting rid of all this cut up stuff. Had a week off, and I thought I was going to be able to get a ton of stuff done and get a lot of stuff done for the house, but I didn't scrapbook at all. This is the first time I scrapbooked. Today is August 8th. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and in 3 hours I have to get ready and go to work. I work 4 night shifts, so I'm trying to get this done. I uploaded a video today that I did the week before, like still in July. And now I'm just trying to do this one so that in a week I'll have something to upload, because I think after this I only have 3 days off, and then I work another 4 shifts. So I'm not going to have too much time to scrapbook, and I have to pack because it's getting close. So this is what I had packed for this, put aside for this page, was these 2 pages from Ellie's Studio. And I think, see, I find that I really love this page, but I don't know, it's kind of busy. So, and this is busy too. When I did that, I flipped, oh, my page is damaged. I don't know what I did to it. So I could do this side, but no, that's way too busy. What about this side? But I don't want to use this side. My favorite side is this one. Ah, decisions. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go with this. I'm going to cut the branding strip, and it's quite white, right? Like there's a lot of white with a few little dots here. What I'm using right now is my Caterpillar crop, and I got this mainly so that I could move it in when I'm doing YouTube videos, because my other one, I have the Pro, but it's so big and it was so heavy to move that I found this one was easier, but also it's awesome to take to crops because it's smaller than the other one, and at crops you have less working space. So that was my main reason for getting that. Now this was a piece of packaging. Now again, I don't know, got some ink on it or something, so I'll just cut the strip off here, the branding strip, basically the manufacturer strip. Now I thought maybe I could mount this to separate this busy paper from that busy paper, but I really don't want to use that beautiful paper as a matting paper. To me, that's just, it's sinful. So I know we have a lot of papers, and I know, you know, we got more in our stash than we can possibly use up. But I still like to use it to the best that I can, like use it up, you know, so that and especially something that I love like that, and I only have one sheet, I don't want to waste it on a layer. So what I'm going to do is, this is from my stash, it's just a cardstock. I think it's a Stampin' Up! Cardstock. I'm going to, oops, sorry. I love this side too, but you have to make a decision, right? So I've decided to use this side. I'm just going to put it in the middle. I'm going to roughly cut around with a craft knife, and then I'll use my trimmer to make it straight. Basically, the reason I'm doing this is to create some distance between the two busy pattern papers so that they both stand out more. Because this against that just didn't stand out enough. So by putting the cardstock, which is a neutral color, now I could have went a little deeper if I wanted to, like a deeper pink, but I did want to keep it a little feminine, I guess, because it's a picture of me and my girlfriends at a crop. So, and I'm not too worried about making it the layer perfect. I like that sometimes they're imperfect, they're not a perfect square. It just kind of has that whimsical look, I guess, not perfect look, and I'm okay with that. So now I have this layer, and now it's really separated against the background. Now I can put it like this or like this. I haven't quite decided yet. Now this is also a leftover, and it's sort of a grid, and I love that. Like, I didn't cut this down at all. It's just in the size that it was. and it makes it so it's like a little frame, and I love that. And then I'm going to look and see what else I have that I could use. I could use this and do my journaling on this. How much of that is going underneath? Let's cut it down about in half. Let's see. I thought maybe I could do like a whole thing, but I can't. So that's okay, because I still don't want to use all of it underneath and have this waste. Again, this is a piece of packaging, but I still like to use stuff as much as I can. I'm going to try to use that tag. Now, I might mount the photo so it sticks out. Now, I might be able to do the journaling right on here too, right on this. So then I can just, then it takes away the pressure of that, and this can be an embellishment cluster builder. So I can then say, okay, that takes the pressure off the journaling. And I tried to think of the journaling sort of right off the bat. You know, where am I going to put my journaling? Because you can get carried away so much with the embellishments, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is a super cute page, but I got no room for journaling, which not every page needs journaling too. You know, some pages are kind of self-explanatory, or something that you've scrapped a lot of, let's say a vacation or something like that, or an event, and then you're like, okay, well, I've said so much on the other pages that it's okay if I don't, you know, write everything on this page. It's still all good. So I want to keep that heart theme going on, because then I'll put it in a few embellishment clusters. And I do love my scrapbook retreats. Now this, by the time this video's up, I'll have the video for this up. It's a review of a stamp set that Tracy Carpenter Berkey sent me. I'm trying to find it. I put it away. And she sent me, and it's a planner stamp set. But I decided that I was going to use it in my scrapbook also. So I just found it. So if you go check out that video, there's a chance for you to win one of these stamp set, which is pretty awesome. So this is what it's called, Planner Compendium. And there's 160 rubber stamps. And this is what it looks like. They are super cute. So I used a few of them. I mean, I used one of them in my agenda or planner. And then the other two, I made my own little flair. And if you go see that video there, I talk about that. And then I use these little bubble things to make my own flares. And I said in the video that I was going to use this on a cheerleading. But I can tell you, these scrapbooking retreats, it looks like some people have some of those, whatever they're called, things that they yell into. Because it gets pretty loud. So I thought it was just the perfect, you know, layout to put that on. So I did a few of them. Let me see if I can find them all. I did some that I'm going to use on a camping one. I'm probably going to do some more. Just running low on time here. Pretty soon I'm going to have to go and get ready for work. So anyway, so I'll use these. There was one that was pink. Did I put it with my stuff, or? Because I liked it for this layout. Hopefully I can find it. I had kind of put it aside so that I could use it for this layout, and now I can't find it. Story of my life. It'll probably show up. It's probably upside down somewhere. Anyway, there was another one like this that had pink paper in the middle, so it was just perfect. So if I find it, I'll put it on my layout. If not, I still have a few of these. I have 3 of them, and they match perfectly, so I'll use those. I was thinking maybe of using that coffee cup, because believe me, there's a whole lot of coffee going on at these things, because people, you know, try to stay up late. I have to say, I'm not one of those people that stay up late, because I work night shifts. So if I don't have to stay up late, I don't do it on purpose. Even for a scrapbooking event. I am in bed early because sleep is precious. When you do night shifts, it's like, oh, whenever you can sleep, you do it. It doesn't seem fun to me to staying up all night, I can tell you that. I don't go, woot woot, let's stay up all night. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start inking these, and I'm going to start gluing them down. Now what I might do is I might cut this down and mount the whole thing on a darker pink or even a red, because a lot of these colors seem to have, I like pink and red together first of all, and some of these look almost red. So I think that's what I'll do. So right off the bat, I'm going to cut this down to 11 3/4 by 11 3/4, and it makes it so that it almost zooms into the layout. So let me start with that, and then we will find like fired brick, and I won't do it heavy, so it'll just be like a light pink. So while I'm cutting out a little bit of, I feel like I'm only doing a page every 2 weeks now. I know I'm going to make up for it when we're finally moved in, but oh my goodness, I just feel like I'm so out of the loop. I'm trying peeps, but, and I love every minute of it. Like, I'm so glad that it's happening this year. We've waited so long. I'm wondering if this is not a total 12-inch. Oh, it's only 11.5 by 12. Well, that's why it doesn't work. Let me go get another one. Okay, and everything is everywhere right now. I don't even know where my stuff is. Oh, sorry about that. I was sure this was a 12 by 12. It was just in my scratch drawer, but usually when I cut something from the middle, it's because I use the rest for, I use this to mat a whole thing. So I think this is 12 by 12. Let's measure 12 by 12. Beautiful. This was in my scraps drawer too. So there you go. I'm going to be able to use that. Now, is there enough room? Yes. I'm also going to mount my photo on that. So I got like double duty use on this. And that's what I used to buy, a lot of 8.5 by 11. And I use that to mount my photos. I just use the center of cardstock now, and it just makes it so that it's more cost effective. And then I use the rest for backing pattern paper, or sometimes I'll put 2 cardstocks, one on top of the other. And once this is over top, nobody's gonna know, you know, except you and me, that it's like that on the back. And it's still going to be nice and sturdy. I don't have to worry about that, because it's also going to be in my album, right? Talking about albums, that is something that's going to be one of my first things that I do when I move into my new scrap room, because it is so needed. I'll show you guys before I start. I'm not lying, or exaggerating, I should say, even a little bit, when I say that I have hundreds of layouts that need to be put in albums. Hundreds. They're all in those iris containers, one on top of the other. I've bought quite a few albums over the last year, and page protectors. I've bought a whole bunch of page protectors, preparing myself so that I can put these into albums. But you need a lot of room for that, like a lot of room. And my room right now is super full, so it makes my room super small. And I only have this one little desk, which is, I don't know, maybe 36 inches by 40, maybe 50 or something like that, which is pretty big, you know, like I'm not complaining, but it's not made to kind of lay stuff out. And it's really at the point that I need to really spend probably a good week on organizing all that and putting them away, you know, in the right albums and that kind of stuff. So that's something that I'm going to be working on as soon as I'm in the new craft room. And then, you know, I don't have to not do anything else, because I'm going to have the room to kind of move things over. I want to show you. Yesterday, we had to go at the new house, and my husband was installing the security system because it was cheaper for us to do it ourselves, because we got the cameras at, Costco. And then we just installed the wires for now so that it would be inside the wall. Sorry, my brain is all over the place here, and I just want to show you. I went upstairs to my craft room, and I kind of laid out how I'm going to put my new craft room together. Now, I didn't have enough, because I want to make it to scale. So what I did was every ½ inch is a foot. So this is what it's going to look like. Like, this is where the stairs go up here. And I didn't finish this side. This is where, like, I have a sink here. I'm going to have my little mini fridge. And then, like, a little shelf where I'll probably put, like, a coffee maker, probably like a Keurig or something like that. And then I can put water and pop and stuff like that into my little mini fridge. So I never have to leave. Although I didn't put a bathroom up there, so I guess I'm going to have to. But, so that's sort of the layout. I can still put stuff here. There's the window here. And I even put in, because they put heat ducts along the wall, so I left 2 feet for the heat ducts. But I've made an area where I can have my desk, and that's where my computer is going to be, and I'm going to do my voiceovers. So this here, I'm only going to have 2, the cubes of Michael's Recollections one. I'm only going to have 2 high so that I can sit down. And then here, I'm going to have a sit down area. And again, it's only going to be 2 high. And I have 40 inches here where it's going to be open so I can slide a chair. And obviously it's going to have a cover here, or a top, so that I can scrapbook. And then on either side, I'm going to have just over 2 feet that is going to be sort of like a desk. So it's going to go, so it's 28, 28, and 40. So that's going to be like that. And then here, I'm going to have it's 7 feet. 7 feet. So it's enough for, no, it's more than 7 feet. It's a little bit more than 7 feet. I can put 7 containers side by side at 14 inch times 3 up. So, and then in the middle is where I'm going to have my island or whatever. And I'm going to make that 42 inches deep by 10 feet long. And I'm still going to have 7 feet here. And then on this side, so that's going to be another, I think, 7 feet or something like that. If that's 17, my room is 24 feet. So, yeah, so 7 feet. So I put this right in the middle. And so that's going to work out great. And I still have room if friends come over. I can add a couple of tables here so that we can all scrap. But I think I'm going to make 2 areas here where you can put a stool, because I still like to stand up. And then on this side, I made it, that's where my TV is going to be. So when I'm going to scrap, I'm going to have my TV there. So that was so much fun. It pretty much took me, well, a good part of the day, because I had to help my husband, because we had to test the cameras and stuff, because we didn't want to put them in after the house was done, because we wanted the wires to be in behind the walls, and they're putting the walls up this week. So that's what I did yesterday, because I had to be there, because I mean, he was climbing up ladders and stuff, and you know, if he fell or something like that, then I would be there. So that's what I did yesterday. So that was fun. My whole room is planned out. Now I know exactly how many containers I have, you know, in my scrap room. Now I know how many containers I need, which I'm not going to get them all, you know, before we move in. I'm going to use a lot of the ones that I have here. And what was I going to say? As, you know, they go on sale, or I get, you know, extra money that I can put on that, I'll grab a few and then kind of convert my room to that design. So I'm going to have an area for doing my videos, like the voiceovers, and I'm going to have an area, 2 areas to film, because I'm going to have a standing area, because I do have a bad back. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I still prefer standing up to scrapbook. But I find after a while, my back hurts and I need to sit down. So I'm going to set up 2 areas so that I don't have to stop scrapping. I can have 2 areas where I'm filming. So I got that. I'd like to have an area where I can take pictures of my layouts. And I want to start doing way more mixed media. So I want to get one of those art stands that you can do like canvases and stuff. I can't wait. And I'll be filming some of those. And as soon as I'm in my new scrap room, we're gonna get myself set up so I can do live stuff on Google Hangout. I just figured it wasn't any sense getting all that ready for here, and then I was gonna have to take it down. So I figured we might as well wait, get it all set up over there. So it might be a few months, because we got to go and unpack everything too, right? Not looking forward to it. 24 years of stuff. Yeesh. Which I'm going to get rid of stuff as I'm packing too, so hopefully it won't be that bad. I'm going to look at it and say, how many years has it been since we've used that? Too many? Gone. So, except for my scrapbook stuff, I can't do that. I can't. I know a lot of people declutter or destash or whatever. I know I'm going to use it. And, you know, I called it my retirement stuff, my retirement plan. And it's pretty much come to that time. I am not going to be buying a whole bunch of stuff. Now we have a mortgage payment that we really didn't have before. So, you know, got to be good. So now I'm going to use up the stuff that I've been gathering up for the last few years, quite a few years. And I'm going to use it up, and it's going to be awesome. And it won't matter that it's 6 years old, that it's 10 years old, that it won't matter. I have to cough, so excuse me. I have water. There, hopefully that'll help. So yeah, I'm totally going to see me using a lot of my stash, I also have a class that is done. I just haven't uploaded it yet because I want to make sure that I have the time to commit to being there online. And so I'm going to be on vacation in a couple of weeks, so I'll release it then, and at least I'll commit an hour every day to make sure that I'm able to go online and chat and share, and but the class is done. And it's for the love of the collection. And we all buy these collections that, that we love, and then they sit there. So we are going to put one to use, and I'm talking good use. I did 16 layouts with it. And I show about what I think about when I'm looking at the collection, and how to pull, different colors and how to make it work. I think I like that tag. Maybe if I use the smaller one up here, because I don't need it as big, because I'm going to cut it off anyway. And then I can use the bigger tag down here. I don't know. I like those little loudspeaker thing, or whatever they're called. I think I want to use that word sweet and put that along here. And I like the word favorite. Use that, I think, and this, because I think that is one of my favorite things, is you get to hang out with people. I mean, because we're all, oh well, creative texture. We're all busy. We all have busy lives and kids, and and this is kind of mummy time. And kind of refilling our sort of love tank, and then we go back home. Yes, we're exhausted. We're probably that first night, but man, it rejuvenates us, right? Just to kind of get that in there. It helps. It helps being better moms. Talking about that, I went with excuse me, I went with one of my friends from work to see Bad Moms, and oh my goodness, like I said to my husband, oh my goodness, it was so vulgar, I guess, and like I would never take my kid to see it, but it was funny. It was funny, and we enjoyed it, and I hadn't gone to the movies with, like with a friend in years. I don't think I ever did since we got married. That's like 20 some years. So anyway, we went to see Bad Moms, and then after the movie, we stood in front of the theater and we talked for an hour. I think I want to tell her next time we need to maybe get together earlier before the movie and then chat. But it was fun. It was fun. I work with her, so tonight I'm going to get to see her, which is going to be fun. Just thinking, I don't know what kind of words are on these, but they do have a pink. There's friends I could maybe use. We'll see. We'll put them on the side there and see if I can use them. So yeah, it was a good time. So that was on Friday night. And before we went, I thought, okay, I have to take a picture, like a selfie. And then, excuse me, haven't talked this much in a long time, so my throat is getting really, really irritated. I'm not sick or anything. It's just, I think, I'm not used to talking this much anymore, except for at work. So yeah, I thought of taking a selfie and taking a picture of the movie thing, and I ended up, that day we had a bunch of running around to do. We had to choose the cultured stone for the outside of the house, and then we had to go pick out our floors. So we did that. We bought our floors. We paid for the cultured stone. We ordered that. Oh, what else did we do? We had a bunch of stuff to do. Like, it took us all afternoon. By the time we finished, I'm like, I'm not going home. It was like 5 o'clock. The movie was at 7:50. I live, 20 plus minutes away from the city, so I didn't want to drive all the way back. So I went to see Mason and my daughter, and I brought them to Walmart, and I got them some little bit of extra groceries, and so that took about an hour. And then after that, I thought, well, I'll go, get the tickets ahead of time, because I had bought those tickets from Costco. At Costco, you can get you get 2 adult tickets with a couple of pop and popcorn. And it was like 7 o'clock, and the movie started at 7:50. And she said, "Can I give you some advice?" And I said, "Sure." She said, "I wouldn't go too far," because she knew, it was an hour away. "I wouldn't go too far, because last night we sold out. And so I don't know, how the seating is going to be tonight." And I said, "Well, am I not guaranteeing a seat by buying my ticket ahead of time?" She said, "Yes, you're guaranteeing a seat, but you're not guaranteeing that you'll be sitting with your friend." And I'm like, oh. So then I went right out and I called my friend, and she doesn't live far from the theater, like maybe less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So I told her, I said, "I'm going in right now and saving us a seat. Just let me know when you're here and I'll come back out and get you." So I told the guy, I said, "I have 2 tickets, but my friend is coming and I just want to go save a seat." And anyway, when she got there, she said, "My friend went in," and he's like, "Okay, go on in. Yeah, I remember that." So he let her in. So I was laughing. All of a sudden she shows up and I'm like, "Oh, he just let you in without a ticket?" And she said, "Yep." So that was kind of fun. So we had a blast, and we are going to do that again. I think the next one we're going to go see is Bourne, which she kind of laughed because I haven't seen any of the Jason Bourne movies yet. We have 3 of them here. I own them. I've just never watched them. So, because I have to say, I prefer TV shows to movies, because I love the way you get into the characters more with TV shows, because you get way more seasons, right? But I know I'm going to like them, so I'm going to watch them, and then we're going to go and watch another movie probably in the next, well, before it's out of theaters. I'm sure it's going to be there for at least a month, so I got to watch it. I got to watch those movies here in the next couple weeks, and then we can go see another movie. So that was fun. I hadn't done anything like that. It was kind of nice in the craziness of stuff to kind of take an hour. And then poor Mason, he is missing us because he went on vacation. And the kid would sleep over every night, but we got so much stuff to do. And some days we're gone, like I'm not joking, like 7-8 hours before we're done. And it's just too much. He's a good kid, but it's just too much to be taking him along for that long. So anyway, there's a few days this week that he kind of came over for a few hours. So last night we were putting, like I said, the security system in, the wires. And all of a sudden I get a text and my daughter said, Mason is crying and he would like to talk to you. So I called and he's like, I want to go sleep over at your house. So I said, okay, I'll make you a deal. It was like 8 o'clock. I said, Nammy has to work tomorrow, so I have to sleep in. So you can come over, and then, but tomorrow morning, Pappy's going to have to drive you home when he goes to work, because I have to sleep, because you can't get up at, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and then stay up all night. Maybe if you're younger, but I can't do that anymore. So he was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So anyway, so he came over, and his little four-wheeler is here too, because he can't drive it in town where he is, because, he doesn't have the room for it. So he drove his four-wheeler for like half an hour, 45 minutes. So he was all happy. And then he played with Josh for a bit, or just watched him play, I guess. Which he loves to hang out with Josh. So he did that. And then it was bedtime, but he loved it anyway. So that's the main thing. But broke my heart. He was saying to his mom, Nammy doesn't want me. Why doesn't Nammy want me? Hello, break your heart. So anyway, so he came over last night and had a sleepover. So today, when my husband brought him home, he still had the lip, and you know what I mean with the lip, with the pouting. And he said, but I still want to come over another night. And so Dave said, I think Nammy's off this weekend. I think we're pretty much done choosing everything. I think we have one more thing to choose, except for the paints, which is going to come in a little later. I'm going to choose the floor for my scrapbooking room, which I think the rest of the house we went hardwood and ceramics. But I think my scrapbook room, I'm just going to go laminate. Because, it's going to have a lot of wear and tear, and I don't want to have expensive hardwood floor, and I'm going to wreck it. So I'm okay with laminate. So I think I'm going to do that. So I got to go choose that. But that shouldn't take too long. Like I said, I'm not too worried about that. And then I think we're gonna try and take him camping for one night. We can only do one night, but I'll take him camping for one night. We told him once we're in the house, then he can come over whenever he wants to, as long as I'm not working. And but poor kid. But it's coming to an end. It's coming. And if you've ever built before, I know you're as excited as you are, which we are. I'm not regretting or anything, anything like that. But it is a lot of work. And I think we'll be very, very happy when it's all done. So I'm going to use those 3 little flares that I just made like an hour ago. And they're being used up already. Yay. Love that. So I put them in the 3. Now there's hearts in all the 3. And I'm going to use some more of this twine. So again, I decided to go with the real-time video just so that I could, because I think I'm only going to be able to upload one video a week. Like realistically, for the next little bit, I think that's just what life is gonna, that's just how life is right now. And I miss it. Believe me, I miss it. I really do. But it's sort of reality right now. We just got so much to do. I wish I would have had another weekend that I could have gotten like, you know, 10 or 15 pages done so I could have had all those extras. But I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try, I can't promise, but I'm going to try and do the one a week and try to, you know, make it so that I can do one layout, and I'll do it real time so I can update you. And I might do sort of I do a little tour once the house is done of it all finished. Oh, I think I'd forgotten to close my bottle here, so it's clogged up, which is not good. And I don't like to use my sewing needle for that, because then when I tried to use it on a page, it still gums up your needle. Oh, come on. And I don't even know if I left it open or it's just because I usually scrapbook every day. Like I literally did every day. There's not a day that went by that I didn't scrapbook. And since like May, I've barely scrapbooked at all. So now all my glues and stuff are all, there we go, are all really clogged up because I haven't been using them. I'm going to add a little bit of loop-de-loop. I used to do that quite a bit on all my layouts. I just want to add a little bit because I added some there. I put the word sweet there. I think I want to maybe put Scrap Weekend somewhere. I gotta find some letters. I'm gonna do them in red just to kind of bring in more red. Another thing that I've bought lately, which I absolutely love, is these crystal drops. Now I've ordered the Ranger one too, so I'll do a share when those come in. They should come in the next, I'd say, a week or so, maybe a couple weeks. I don't know, they're talking about a strike here in Canada for our postal, so I don't know when it's going to take effect or if it's going to take effect. I haven't been really following it because I haven't been buying anything online. So okay, so I'm going to use this one. I don't know if it says a color on this or not. Crystal Drops Autumn Red. Okay, so you can use these and make them ahead of time, which kind of helps because then you can kind of move them on your layout and try them out. I'm going to live on the wild side, and I'm just going to, the only thing you have to make sure is not to put them too close so that they don't create like a puddle, and go directly up and down so that they don't make a big blob. They don't squeeze out too much because then, yeah, it'll make a mess. So now I'm going to put some here. what I like is that you can make them whatever size you want. You can make baby ones, bigger ones. Now, some people say that the Ranger ones are better, so I am anxious to try it out and see what I think. And I'll let you guys know what I think, because I really like these. I really do. So if the Ranger ones are better, like, wow. There. So I put some enamel dots. And what you can do is to flatten them is tap on the bottom and it flattens them, like it rounds them off instead of having that peak. So, and I think once they start settling too, they round off. So that's that. And I think I'm going to put some splatters. I kind of dropped this on my layout, so it kind of made a little bit of mess there. So I'm going to put some drops, and I'm going to put my other title, and I'm going to do a little bit of journaling, which I should have done the journaling before I put this in, but I think I'll be okay because I'll journal right here. So I need some wax paper for my title, and I'm just going to call it Scrap Weekend. And this is just some regular wax paper, and it's awesome. I don't know if I have enough of these, but I know I have enough of those. Yeah, I think I'll do, I don't know if I want, yeah, I think I'll do the round ones. I think. Scrap Weekend. Yeah, so like I said, I've been just going the whole time. Now what I'm doing is every night I haven't been watching even a lot of TV. Like, I'm so far behind on all the shows. When I go to bed is I read now. I think I have 41 books completed, and I'm like 80% done another one. So that one I should be done in the next couple of days. So that's 42. My Goodreads goal was at, I started off with 12. I think I went up to, I might have went right from 12 to 40, because I could tell that I was gonna. And then when I got close to 40, I think I went to 50, and then I was like almost hitting 40. I was like, no, that's not enough. So I put it to 65, and I think I'm going to keep it there because of the moving and stuff. I don't think I'll have as much time, but I've hardly watched any videos like on YouTube or anything like that. I've hardly been on social media, which I feel horrible. I miss it. I totally miss it. I've been watching a little bit of BookTube because those videos tend to be, if I look at a book and I go, oh, nah, I can go to the next book, kind of fast forward and see if I want to know about that book kind of thing. So I've been watching quite a bit of those. Well, not even quite a bit, some of those. And I've been watching Sarah Swan. She's the only one that I've watched all her videos. And so hi Sarah. I saw you commenting on my last video there. So I've been watching all your videos and your BookTube videos too. So I have so many to catch up on. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to. I think what I'll do is when I get in my scrap room, I'll probably choose a scrapbooker and kind of go as far back as I possibly can and try to catch up on all their videos. I think that's the best way to do it, and then I can move on to the next. And it's an awesome community, and I love to watch everybody's videos, but It's just been that kind of summer. So my last video I talked about that I uploaded today, I talked about my injury that I got on the mountain, my poor toes. They're still, they don't hurt anymore. Well, I shouldn't say that. If I do a lot of walking in one day, which we've been doing, I find at the end of the day, they're kind of tender. But it's not like it was at the beginning. And I can't wait for it to get better, because once we're in the new house there, I'm going to get back on the treadmill. Because if we go, I don't know if we're going to go next year. If we do go, it's going to be something like we did this year. It's just going to be like a quick 4 or 5 days just to climb the mountain, just to see that, you know, a different trail or whatever, that we did it. So I'm going to be doing a ton of layouts hopefully soon using those photos. So I don't like how I was yakety-yakketing, and I put it on the wax paper and I wasn't paying attention when I put it down. When I looked at it, I knew that I wanted it to be centered in between that. So I'm going to have to go like here. So it just says Scrap Weekend, and then I'm going to take the year to, maybe the month, year and month. And I'm going to put it down on the page. I don't know what time it is. Okay, so it's been an hour, so I still have time. So yeah, maybe I can do this like that, because I know the day that I go to work, I'm not going to be doing anything else, because usually so maybe I can do one layout, and then I can get a box or two packed. I'm going on vacation soon, so it'll probably be like hours and hours of packing at once, but let's move this over a little bit. I could make it so it says Scrapbooking Weekend, but I think then it'll be too big. Like, scrapbooking is a long word. There, I think that's fine. Now, I want to put the year. So let's figure out the year and maybe the month. Do I want to put May 2016? Yeah, because I went to 2 that year, or this year. So I want to make sure that I put the day, like the month too, not the day, but the month. Do I want to put it in circles too? Yeah. May 2016. I don't know if I like it there. Let's move it on the tag. And down here I can just write, I don't know, maybe who put it on or something, so I remember. Yeah, I can put Joanne's crop, and then I'll remember. 2016. Yeah, and I've paid for my next crop already, which is in October. Okay, May 2016. Now I'm just going to find some drops. I don't know what color I want to do them. Maybe in pink. I have pink right here. So let's do in pink. So I don't have to go out and get anything else. Maybe a little bit of red too though. So I think red will pop on the page a little bit more. Pretty soon I won't be able to do extra stuff like that. I'll just have to do whatever I have in my stash left, and the rest will be packed. I don't know where my red is. Oh. Pale tomato. Okay. Didn't look red because it wasn't shaken up. So this is pale tomato, Hero Arts. So I'm going to put a little bit of that because the pink kind of sunk into the page there. There, that's a little bit more contrast. I like that. That's awesome. And that's going to complete layout number 3. And yeah, for the next few months, that's what I'm going to scrap with, is going to be some basically pre-made kits from, in this case, quick kits, so that I can keep packing the rest of my stuff away. And thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. Bye.